Around 20 years ago, people around the world started displaying a range of special powers and abilities. With each year, the number of these cases increased. The governments of the world needed a way to organize and regulate these people. My name is Angus, and I work for the Superhuman Action Response Team. With my partner Sal, I help document these powered individuals and their exploits. Because heroes don't do paperwork.
Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City, the world's first superpowered city? I feel like I haven't been putting that in enough. I'm one of your hosts, Angus, joined by, the fully returned co-host, Sal Bedfellow. How you doing, Sal?
I've been good. Tired.
Yeah.
I've been feeling tired.
God, I know. You and me both, man.
A lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when we become...
surrogate parents. Yeah.
Surrogate parents. We're up at night, with our for listeners, we're keep this on the down low, listeners. Shart isn't actually supposed to know about this really. We want to keep it on the down low, but Sal and I have decided to keep the fish monster we found in the foot bath underneath his desk. And
fish monster has a name.
Dex.
Thank you.
Short for Index. We would like to keep Dex for short, as our son, as our child, and we will be we'll be trying to raise them as best we can. It's tough because it's at this point where Sal and I realize that we have different ideas of how we want to raise our kid.
Okay, look, if you're gonna bring it up again. Mm-hmm. I was just concerned with the particular TV show that you were watching with Dex.
Okay, Dex is too young to understand curse words. Also, I don't think Dex can say that much. I'm remembering last episode they did say a few things, but I don't think that's a big deal. Plus, Breaking Bad is a good show. I think a kid honestly should, do you want Dex to go to daycare and be the only kid that hasn't seen Breaking Bad?
No one is debating the genius that was the Emmy-nominated show Breaking Bad.
Emmy-nominated?
Emmy-winning show.
I know you have a thing with award shows, okay? Yeah. I know you don't like watching them, but yes, it did win.
I don't think if the content was appropriate, I would hate for Dex to normalize that kind of behavior.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, what do you think Dex should be watching then?
More educational shows. Could be watching Colonel Freedom's Learning Hour.
Okay.
Could be watching Mighty Woman's Mighty Tips on growing big and strong.
Okay, yeah, those are good, but I don't know if Dex needs to learn from Colonel Freedom. All right, we've met with Colonel Freedom multiple times, and he's kind of an asshole.
Colonel Freedom, through a filter, is a perfectly acceptable character.
Okay. Heavily edited Colonel Freedom is acceptable.
Correct.
Okay, fine. So yes, because the counting and stuff like that, but Dex isn't going to school. Dex is a fish.
Angus, everyone knows that the tryouts to get your young fish monster child into school starts early. They've got to have every advantage to get into the best Super City preschool.
I guess I should. Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting to this a little bit early, but it does kind of remind me of the guest we're bringing on today, Sal.
Oh.
Yeah. Our wonderful guest sitting right here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Dr. Garfield. Dr. Garfield is a guidance counselor for Super City High and has come to us with looking for help. Dr. Garfield, please welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. It's been
no problem. Just take a seat here, and pop those headphones on.
Sure.
And like I ran by you, you're cool with us recording this for podcasts for people to listen to.
Yeah, I got to say I don't totally understand what a podcast is, but if it's necessary, it's necessary.
Actually, I have a pamphlet here you could read sometime. It tells you more about them.
Oh, wonderful. I always love a good pamphlet.
Yeah, you're a big fan of pamphlets?
Big fan of pamphlets.
What would you say
part of my job?
Oh, right. Yes, because of guidance counselor, you're handing out different pamphlets to people about potential careers, I guess?
Just constantly. Actually, give me a second here. I'm just going to ruffle through my bag. And,
of course.
Here you go. Sal, I have something that might be helpful for you later with your fish son. It's a pamphlet on raising good fish.
Wow.
It's
This
called
is
Row,
so-
Row, Row Your Boat. It's a little, trite, but
It's a
hopefully
little
it
bit
gets
of
the
a
job
pun
done.
there,
Yeah.
though, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the graphic on the front of the pamphlet. It's a fish in their own boat, and they're going the opposite direction of the other fish to signify they are rowing their own
Yeah.
boat.
They're swimming
Wow.
upstream, Sometimes kids have to do that in this kind of economy. We got to fight against the systems that oppress us. So
I agree. Thank you again for coming to the show, Dr. Garfield. I guess, how about we get to your problem first?
Yeah,
Why are you here?
As much as I'd love to get to know you guys a little better, that might be, I understand we're on a tight window here. You've got other people to
course.
see. Maybe we'll get a beer later instead.
I would like that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we should probably get down to business, though, right? Look, I'm just going to say it. The cafeteria lady is fucking with me.
Okay, all right.
Oh my.
Could you be more specific, Doctor?
Oh, I can be specific. So, obviously, last name like Garfield. I've been getting a lot of fat cat jokes my entire life. And as one of the administrators at the school, I must say, the students have actually really been good about it. They understand that they're not supposed to bully each other and, by association, me. But the cafeteria lady, whose name I haven't bothered to learn, because she's a cafeteria lady, who cares, has been... I can't even bring myself to say it. She introduced lasagnas to the lunch menu.
Okay.
And now I know neither of you guys is named after a cartoon cat, but growing up, in
Kids
the world of Jim Davis, I've had a lot of bullying in my life, and I'm not particularly interested in getting it in my workplace.
So just to be clear, so you are, like listeners know, the city is broken up into many, many numerous varied districts. And I just don't want to I don't want to miss this. You grew up in the Jim Davis district, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, that's got to be hard. Kids are cruel.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah,
And you
and
worked hard.
you push one dog off a table, and all of a sudden, everyone's calling you a fat cat your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now-
okay.
Now, Dr. Garfield, it's always important for us to get a better idea of the profile of the client we're assisting. I just wanted to ask a couple of clarifying questions, just get a better idea of who you are.
Sure.
So you mentioned just now that you'd once pushed a dog off a table. That's fine. My question to you is, how do you
It's
feel
not totally
about
fine.
how do you feel about small, cute kittens?
Yeah, good call.
I like them begrudgingly. Like, I don't really want them
Yeah.
around, but when they're
Yeah.
around, I'm like, it's fine.
You tolerate to a
I
point.
tolerate it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I could just like Sal was saying, we want to get to know you a little bit better. Could you just tell us a little bit more about yourself? Like, where are you living now?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I live in my office at the school.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's been there.
It's,
Listeners
I
will
mean,
know.
frankly, it's the best way for me to make sure that I'm always available to give the guidance to the students who need it. So,
Okay.
Right.
And are kids coming in after school hours for?
all the time. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Great.
Mhm.
Okay. So it is. So it is useful for you to be there at all hours. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I originally they weren't coming in after school hours, but as
Mhm.
word got out that I was sticking around, they sort of decided to invite themselves, and it turned into a whole thing. It's hard to
Mhm.
set boundaries when people find out where you live.
Right.
Yes, that's true. That's true. This is always my favorite question, and I hope you're comfortable answering this. Super City, we're filled with so many different people, and I always love to hear what people's powers are. Specifically, I grew up as a kid. Obviously, I don't have a power, and that's kind of the kid. That was my Garfield. That's what kids made fun of me for.
Mhm.
But I love hearing about other people's superpower. Would you mind telling us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you haven't noticed yet. Do you have any photos on your phones of what this room looked like before I walked into it?
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. One sec. Let me. Yeah, because it definitely has changed.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Angus, pull up our monthly newsletter that we send out to the rest of the organization. I believe it has a photo in it of our
Okay.
workspace.
All right. Oh yes. Right here. This one.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty normal. Like a pretty barren basement that we work in.
Yeah,
Single light
lovely
bulb.
wood ornamentation, courtesy of
Reptiler. Thank you.
Reptiler. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're used to.
Now, look around you, gentlemen. Are you not noticing that this room is just slightly beiger than usual.
Now that you say it, and this room has been kind of remarkably bland, never beige, but bland, and you've outdone it. Is this something you're doing?
Not intentionally, but
Okay.
it's a side effect of my presence, absolutely.
Okay, now just out of curiosity, so you make your surroundings slightly more beige.
Yep.
How long does this last?
Oh, just while I'm in the space.
Just while you're in the space.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, I'm even kind of noticing that, like, if I run my hand, like if I get closer to you, my arm and hand start to get even more beige.
Oh,
you know?
substantially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So is that
Your
I
sequin
radiate
shirt,
beigeness.
Angus. Your sequin shirt is just so dull at the moment.
Thank you. I was trying to spice things up with a sequin shirt. Dr. Garf, sorry. Yeah. Is this radiation?
No. It's just beigeness, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone is perfectly safe after coming in contact with me. It's, it just kind of makes it hard to take photos.
Yes. Oh, everything probably comes out kind of like Old West.
Very
like
sepia.
Sepia toned. Yeah. Okay.
You've never noticed the staff photos at the school are always a little bit. One side of the photo is really.
I figured that was a
That's a
photo.
really good
I
point.
figured that was a filter.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of, or a coffee stain even, like someone had put a coffee cup down on your, your part of the picture.
They just consistently put coffee cups on my part of the picture every single year for the past 15 years. Yeah,
it's true. Well, I didn't actually attend your school, but I have been there as part of my research. So I've seen these things. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that your pictures were this affected.
You were homeschooled, right, Angus?
I was homeschooled until I came to Super City, for sure. Yeah, my mom taught me everything, Yeah. We used to go out a lot. We didn't actually do a ton of lessons. She would just kind of like take me shopping and running errands and stuff.
Right.
School was awesome when I was a kid. I read a lot of comic books too. That was the other thing. Read a lot of comic books in the car. Yeah.
Don't say it.
Oh no.
So insensitive of you.
Doctor, I would never, of course not. I wasn't one for funny comics, okay? I was much more into superheroes and stuff.
Sounds like Garfield was right up your alley then.
Wow, slam. I hope they can hear us over in the Jim Davis district of the city.
I'm calling them out.
Yep.
They've had it too good for too long.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, Dr. Garfield, we've gotten a bit distracted from your initial inquiry. I would like you to know that we take bullying very seriously. In my opinion, bullying is probably the greatest threat to the ongoing safety of Super City citizens.
I think it must be.
Well,
I can't think of anything that could be worse, frankly.
Well, I mean, there was that asteroid two days ago that kind of took out one of the city block.
I'm sorry, Angus. Has an asteroid ever made you feel worse about yourself? Made you not want to go to school the following day?
Seriously, looks like someone's mom never taught him empathy.
Okay, well,
sometimes words hurt.
No, you're right. I've been on the other end of hurtful words. I guess I didn't let it bear on me. I kind of let it go at a certain point. But yes, okay. Let's help. I want to help. Sorry, Sal, you're absolutely right. How can we help? Is this even something? We don't have jurisdiction over the lunch menu at the local high school, do we?
Absolutely, we do.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess what kind of paperwork would we need to fill out for this?
Entirely depends on the medium by which the lunch menu is circulated.
Okay.
Dr. Garfield, may I just call you Garf?
Absolutely. That's what the students call me. So, if they're going to infringe on my boundaries, maybe you might as well. Do you want a key to the school for when you drop by after?
Okay.
We can have a beer in my office.
Okay.
Well,
push some dogs off tables together.
Okay. I'm now put on the spot.
Yeah,
you know what? I will take a key. Yes, please.
Great. Give me a second. I'll just reach into my pocket and get you one.
Great.
Oh, perfect. All
wow.
right.
That was really easy to get a key to the school.
I seem to have a lot of keys on that key ring.
I come prepared.
So the medium by which the school menu circulated, could you please tell us more about this school menu? How long have they been offering lasagna?
Yeah, so about a month now, I guess. She caught wind. she caught wind of, my past and my troubles with bullying and whatnot. And, she just started selling lasagnas in the school cafeteria. They distribute it all over the place. They've got paper copies that they hand out to the students in the morning and an app that they have every student download mandatory at the beginning of the school year. I really don't understand why they're still printing copies of it as if the students don't have their phones out all day. But that might be another issue for you. Are you guys in charge of printers as well? Or just
Absolutely,
cafeteria food?
We are. Okay. I didn't realize that.
Great. That might also be worth looking at.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a digital version and a printed version. And I guess just I wanted to ask you, Doctor, how do you know this is specifically targeted at you? Have they made this clear, or is it possible that lasagna on Mondays is just a unfortunate coincidence?
Look,
I'm looking.
have you heard of microaggressions?
Oh, okay. Yes, I have. Sure.
Yeah. Whether it's directly directed at me or not, if I walk past a student looking at their lunch app and they see the word lasagna,
yeah,
and they look up and they see me, they make that connection. They snicker.
Gotcha. I guess I just didn't think kids these days were reading Garfield that much,
Oh, you have no idea. The kids these days, these super
Angus
zoomers.
Angus wasn't at Super City High. He doesn't know how deep the Garfield crew runs.
That's true.
Jim Davis has his hands all over my students.
That's true. Well, and the Garfield crew, famously a gang that lives in the Jim Davis district. Please lock your doors at night. Everyone, be careful out there. It's one of the more rampant areas for crime in the city.
Yeah.
You do not want to be out on the streets at night on a Monday in the Jim Davis district.
Certainly not.
No, you don't.
Certainly not. Well, okay, we will absolutely take this seriously, and we want you to feel as safe as possible. And if it means these kids don't get lasagna
ever again.
Now, actually, that's a good question. Can we move it to another day? Is that enough of a difference, or are you thinking we need a top to bottom redesign of the school lunch menu?
Look, when we're serving lunch to 300, 500, I don't know how many students are in the school. That's not part of my job. When we're serving lunch to a bunch of students every single day, what do you know about what school jobs are?
You're absolutely right.
Angus talks like his mother had a hard time keeping track of one student.
Okay, my mom's a nice lady.
I'm sure she is. No, I mean, I don't know why I sounded so snarky about that. I'm sure she's lovely.
Hey, it's okay. These things happen. So you've got
the heat of the moment, Look, when you're feeding, say, 200 students pasta for lunch in any, shape or form, do you think it's easier to serve them 200 individual servings of lasagna or 200 individual servings of, like, I don't know, mac and cheese or baked ziti? It's just not the most efficient pasta shape to be serving 200 students.
I guess
you can just
so,
scoop anything else out, but with this, you have to cut it.
It's true.
It's
true.
It's true.
It's a waste of school resources.
Yeah, I don't know if you're in charge of school resources too, but
now, Garf, I'm concerned that if we were to enact some kind of a prohibition on lasagna, that a new underground economy will emerge where students will start making lasagna in bathtubs, will start distributing lasagna from the backs of lockers. I am concerned that by completely banning lasagna, we will certainly face an issue in regulating the consumption of lasagna.
Okay.
Well, what if instead of banning it, you just removed it subtly from the menu? Like, what if now I don't know if you're in charge of, what food items get delivered to the school on a weekly basis, but what if you just contacted the supply person and instead of lasagna noodles, you just replaced it with, like, I don't know, what's a pasta shape that everybody likes? Rotini?
Rotini.
Love rotini. Bow tie?
Ooh,
yeah.
Bow tie.
Okay, no love for bow tie. Rotini it is. Rotini's fine. It's good.
See,
I'm
that way,
going to throw a word out here.
Their rights are being suppressed.
Penne.
Ooh.
Isn't that bow tie?
What?
But Dr. Garfield, you were more into when he said penne. You were into that. I think it's the same. Anyway,
it's absolutely penne and farfalle are so not the same.
Oh, are they not the same thing? Well,
Did
hey,
your
I
mom
don't
not
know.
teach you
Penne is
about
a
pasta?
small little
No.
tube.
Oh, is penne a small little tube?
Yeah, it's
Apparently his
absolutely
mother
a
wasn't
tube.
taking him to too many Italian restaurants on
Yeah,
those
no kidding.
day trips.
Never went down to the East Side Mario's district, did you?
Oh, we didn't. We didn't. No. Tomato sauce is too acidic for me. Oh, Dr. Garfield, I feel as though I've let you down in some way.
Honestly?
And I'm so sorry.
I think you maybe need a little guidance. Hang on a second. Let me just reach into my bag here. I think I might have a pamphlet for this.
Actually, that
Wow.
does. I could actually probably use your guidance. Actually, I do have some questions for you. I am kind of in my own form of schooling right now.
Oh.
So I'm actually enrolled in the Superhuman Action Response Team agent training. So to become like a field agent, working out there with the heroes and the pros at some point. And I got to say, it's been hard managing my studying time and like this new life that I have to look after now alongside with Sal. And I was curious. And this podcast is like, takes so much time out of my week, you know? So I was wondering if you had any suggestions for how I could balance that, or pamphlets.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a pamphlet right here for, mature students going back to start a new career later in life. It's called Pasta Your Prime.
Okay. All right.
It's also weirdly noodle themed.
Yeah, it is.
It might serve both your issues at the same time.
I mean, my first thought is ow, but fair. I probably needed to hear this. I am an adult at this point, you know. Okay, well, I think maybe that's something I can flip through, I guess.
Yeah, might be worth
Flip
learning.
through. It's a pamphlet. You unfold it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's another thing.
I
his mom
can't
didn't
do
teach me.
anything right with you guys. Okay, fine. I will unfold it like a map on a road trip in the passenger side. And then Sal, maybe you can try to get some more of this paperwork filled out, because I didn't realize we controlled all the stuff we do.
Well, Shart's got its arms and everything.
Oh God, it's all enveloping. It does really get into every crevice.
Absolutely. Sometimes you think there's no way Shart could have gotten all the way into that little nook and cranny. But if you look hard enough, you'll find Shart there.
All right, okay.
Well, I've been reviewing our options. Unfortunately, I cannot just tell the supplier to switch out the pasta noodles. That would be unethical. However, we can begin the talks of putting a complete and total embargo on any type of lasagna noodle coming into Super City.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, that will take some time to enact. I can't... The key here is that we want to make sure that you have a nice, neutral tone, kind of doesn't really stand out life. And perfect
Gotcha.
example. We want you to have a beige life, and if we can help you achieve that by banning lasagna noodles altogether.
I'm sorry. Can we double that? Can we not just move it to another day? Because then the Garfield thing's kind of dead, right? Okay, this just seems extreme.
I'm a little bit confused about why it's less unethical to ban lasagna across all of Super City than it is to just change the shipping order for the school. I'm really not I'm really not clear on where
if they
the
order
scale is
lasagna
here.
and we give them a different pasta, then we pulled a hijink on them. We're no better than ne'er-do-wells at that point. But if lasagna was never an option to begin with, well then...
Yeah, Dr. Garfield, you're going to have to excuse us. Sal plays it by the book, and it happens to be a very long and roundabout book. So,
Yes.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to put all of the lasagna farmers out of work.
Very kind of you.
Is that where we get lasagna from? I'm not.
No, the lasagna farmers. Yep, we thank you, and also, just for those of you listening that are lasagna farmers, thank you for your support and your hard work.
Mm-hmm. I had a dear friend who we lost to lasagna lung earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Their lungs fill with alternating layers of pasta and ricotta.
And it's unfortunate, but when someone goes that way, you do kind of, when they've passed, you do have to put them in an oven to kind of bake them for a bit before burying. It's just,
when you cremate them, it smells heavenly, but it's just so tragic.
It smells very good. Yeah, it's a shame. Well, okay, are we really? Is this what we're doing, Sal? We're banning lasagna
If
noodles
that is
from.
what will make Dr. Garfield happy, then as members of Shart, it is our responsibility to try and make it happen.
You're right. You are right.
Dr. Garfield, do you want me to deprive every citizen of Super City of lasagna? Because I'll do it.
Huh.
By the very power of Shart, I will do it.
So
Give me
we're
a
gonna
give me a
this
second
power.
to think about this. I need to reflect on the morality and huh. Hang on, I'm
It
sure I
sounds
have
like-
a pamphlet for this. Give me a second.
It sounds like you need some guidance.
Well,
All
he's
right,
looking
let's
at
see.
that.
I've got a pamphlet here that says "Regot no other choice."
Okay, all right. Okay, I like. Are there cameras in here or something? Are you fucking with us, Dr. Garfield?
No, I'm just really good at
Okay.
pamphlets.
Okay.
Mhm.
You've got a pamphlet for everything.
You know what? I think maybe don't ban lasagna in
Okay.
all of Super City.
Okay.
Could you maybe just get the lunch lady fired?
Oh.
She also stole my parking spot for what it's worth.
Okay.
Oh, wow. No, this son of a bitch is going down.
Yeah. Is that big, Sal? You restored the
Stole?
parking spot.
Is it a named parking spot? Is your name on it?
Well, no, but it's right in the shade of the best tree.
Okay, you almost had me there. I thought there had been paperwork filled out designating that spot as your. You know what, Dr. Garfield? I don't appreciate being manipulated.
What?
Oh
I'm
wow.
I'm not trying to manipulate you. Look,
Oh,
look.
Sal's
Here's
putting his-
here's a pamphlet.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hand you a pamphlet that says, I'm not gaslighting you. You're gaslighting me.
Wow.
Well, when you put it that way.
Jeez, I didn't even know I was gaslighting you. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Well, maybe try harder next time not to.
I can only imagine what kind of advice you give to your students,
I
Like,
give
what
them
kind of
great
problems?
advice.
Yeah? What kind of problems do they come to you with?
Oh, everything from dating advice to which college to go to how do I best prank an anonymous teacher in my school who has a last name that reminds them of, a specific food dish.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, they have a lot of...
You should... Dr. Garfield, come on. You should be able to spot that.
What? Relationship advice?
No. Okay. No. They're messing with you, man.
Well,
do
hold
you
on.
mean?
Maybe they're messing with Professor Zitz.
Okay. Yeah, wait a sec. I guess I don't know the names of all the teachers in this school. It just seems like the kids are being just terrible to you. And I don't know. I almost want to just suggest you find a new line of work or something, Get you away from these kids that just sound so terrible,
They're pretty awful. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Have you thought of any kind of other lines of work? You ever dreamed about doing anything else?
I've always wanted to be a vet.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
For what kind of animals?
I mean,
What would you specialize in?
Yeah,
if you
what
were
would
a
be
vet?
your specialty as a vet? As we all know, they have specialties.
Because we are looking for a pediatrician for our fish
Oh,
child.
that's true. That's true. Our fish child. He does have human feet.
well, I was
So
going
if
to
you were
say
a pediatrician and a podiatrist, that would be very helpful.
I was going to say I've always wanted to, be a dog vet, but
Okay.
if I'm being honest, it was mostly just so that I could push them off tables.
Okay. All right. Okay. Look. Okay. I'm gonna put my foot down, Dr. Garfield. We have a saying around here on the show. At the end of every episode, I tell the audience to try and do the right thing. I'm trying to inspire a little bit of more kindness in the world, a little more charity and stuff like that. And I can't let it go anymore. Why are you so mean to dogs? What did they ever do to you?
A dog killed my father.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Well,
What was your father's name?
John.
John. Okay. And I'm really sorry. Wait a second. Was your dad John Arbuckle? The guy who got killed in that puppy parade? Over on 48th?
The one and the same.
Oh,
I
God.
remember reading about that.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I came in a little hot there. If that had happened to me, I'd hold a grudge too. Wow,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry. We are still looking for those puppies. They're just so
Mhm.
damn cute. They keep getting away from everybody we send after them.
Look, I get it.
Yeah.
That's why I push them off tables. They can't run away
Just-
when they get pushed off a table.
Okay, I do have to tell you. You should leave the law. Don't take the law in your own hands. We will find the puppies that did this to your dad, and we will bring them to justice. I
Don't take the
promise.
law into your own hands unless you fill out the necessary paperwork to
Of
be
course.
a vigilante.
Yes. Don't take your.
Ooh.
New line of work for you.
Vigilante
You
sounds
could-
like a good line of work. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
No.
go. You could become the puppy pusher.
I don't know if we should be endorsing this, Sal.
Why? If he manages to bring those damn dogs to justice.
Just because those dogs trampled his dad doesn't mean all dogs they're just puppies, Regardless,
Look, at the moment, Dr. Garfield would like us to fire the lunch lady.
yes, which
And I really
Seems
have
unlikely.
no problem with that. We can always get a new lunch lady.
She'll
That's no
bounce
issue.
back.
She'll bounce back.
I don't know. It's a tough time for people. I just wanted to no, just get over it, Dr. Garfield. The kids are making fun of you. They're kids. I don't think a person should lose their job over this.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Spoken like a true homeschooler.
That's true. That's true. It was the kids at the mall mostly in the playground that made fun of me. Look, I mean, Sal, I guess I defer to you, man. You've been here longer. You know how this paperwork works. What is
I
the
have a
next-
solution.
Oh,
Dr.
whoa.
Garfield, you're looking for a new line of work. The lunch lady's proving problematic. Hear me out.
Oh,
What if
Mhm.
you were to become the new lunch person for Super City High? Then you have complete control of the menu. And the lunch lady were to become the new guidance counselor.
you do a
Whoa.
switch. You do a Freaky Friday this one, and
We
and-
Freaky
and-
Friday this one.
Oh, okay. Well, because that's actually considerably less paperwork just
Mhm.
to do the old switch.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, my job is 90% handing out pamphlets and listening to students cry about things. So
Right.
I'm sure she could do it. Pamphlets are
Okay,
really
cool.
just inedible lunch trays.
That's really all they are.
Beg to disagree, but
Okay.
different time, different conversation.
Is this something you'd be on board for?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is great. Okay, great. Well, then I think we can get that started. We can
Yeah.
get this finalized, and then within the next, I don't know, 8 to 12 business days, you should be switched, and then you get to feed these kids whatever you want. And also, you have a problem with puppies, so let's keep an eye on that and make sure those two don't cross. But
I think it should be fine. Dr. Garfield, we will be. I'll meet you just out in the hallway in a moment. We'll go over the final details of this while we wrap it up in here.
Perfect. And then I'll see you gents tonight for some beers in my office.
I still got my key.
I actually do want to do that. I haven't gone out for beers in a while.
Oh,
That
we'll
actually
need to
does
get a
sound nice.
sitter.
Oh, we need to get okay.
Bring the
we'll
kid. Why not?
Bring the kid? Really?
Yeah.
You don't mind?
No.
You got no problem with fish?
No problem with fish.
Awesome.
The more the
Hell
merrier.
yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, this is. I think this worked out pretty good. Awesome. Okay.
Wait,
Well,
you don't have a dog, do you?
Not anymore. No.
No.
Good.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. Thanks everybody for listening, and remember, try to do the right thing.
Oh, I will have to get the paperwork for Dr. Garfield's new license to kill.
Is that? Can we hand those out?
Every lunch person needs one.
Hey everybody, Angus here. As always, Sal Bedfellow was played by Matthew Wally. Dr. Garfield was played by Tom Zolatnai. Check Tom out on Twitter at Tom Zolatnai, and check out their podcasts, No Bad Food and Natural Tuning, wherever you get your podcasts. If you like the show and want to support it, or any of the other shows on the Podcavern Network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our new merch store. We've got lots of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, stuff like that. And a little bit of that money comes back to us and helps us keep the lights on. Thanks for listening.